Hello everybody, welcome back to C&S Corvettes in beautiful sunny Sarasota, Florida. It's your Corvette buddy Lyle here to talk to you about tires today. And we all know tires ain't pretty. So earlier this week, our production manager Tony was going through some of our older videos where we didn't have very good visual quality and the sound quality was kind of and we were looking at some of the ones that would be a good idea to recover now that we have better setups and maybe some better information to share. One of the ones he recommended was from a video I did 7 years ago about run flat tires versus regular tires. So today we are going to revisit that topic and cover some of the recommended brands that we have had good luck with here. That's not to say that there aren't tires. If you love Nittos, if you love Yokohamas, great, no problem. If you're happy with them, that's awesome. I'm going by the ones that we recommend and have good success with here at the shop and that our customers have provided excellent feedback about. So, way back in 1994, Chevrolet introduced the option of having zero pressure tires, which we call run flats today. And the whole idea was that you wouldn't have to carry a spare tire, and that if you did get a flat, that okay, the monitoring system would say, hey, bro, you got a flat tire, it's time to drive to the tire store, and the sidewall on that tire was strong enough to actually get you to where you were going within a reasonable speed and within a reasonable distance to be able to solve the problem without having to take out the jack and the spare and try to do some kind of mechanical maintenance on the side of the interstate highway, which is a terribly dangerous thing to do. Great. So, end of the C4 era, beginning of the C5 era. Well, in 1997, there was no option. You were getting run flats from the factory. That's just the way the car was designed. And even though that rounded tub in the trunk of a 97 through 2004 Corvette is rounded because they had originally designed a spare to put in there, they decided to go do away with that and just go with the run flats other than for the C5 Z06. And we'll get to that in a minute. So now run flat tires, new technology, awesome. They won't strand you. They won't this. Correct. However, run flat tires are expensive. Also, particularly on a sports car or a sporting car, run flat tires are heavy, loud, hard, but other than that, they're great. They are heavy because they have to be because of the reinforced sidewalls. They are loud because the compound of the tire has to be harder and more robust than it would be on, say, a regular sports car tire that wasn't a run flat. And what we find is they tend to dry out pretty quickly and you start seeing the micro cracking and the dry rot around the edges and in between the treads on the run flats faster than on regular tires. And in general, especially in places with high UV like we have here, 6 years is about it on the life of a tire. It's time to start thinking about it on a car that's driven regularly to start freshening the tires up to avoid catastrophic blowout or loss of tread to the point where it's not moving water, which in Florida and other tropical environments is super important. Normally the brands we recommend here for the non-run flat tires are the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500, pictured here, and the Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02s, pictured here. They're both relatively affordable tires. Granted, there are far less expensive tires. If you want to buy a set of brand new tires for your C5 or C6 for $600 or $800 or $500 or $600, Sumitomo, some of those guys will make a tire for you. Now, granted, their warranty is not going to be great, and the tread wear life is going to be relatively short. But if you're in a pinch and you need tires, you can do that. The Firestone Indy 500 has a really aggressive tread pattern. It looks great on the car. It has a sticky compound, so it handles well. It doesn't set the car up to where it's going to put you into trouble, but you can feel confident. Prices for a set of 4 from TireRack.com on a C5 for the Firestone Firehawks is about $850, including shipping to your door. C6, about $1,030, including shipping. And for the C7 I did the Z51, just because it was the 19 and the 20. They're about $1,140. And now once you get those tires, obviously you're going to pay a shop to mount and balance them, which can run anywhere from $150 to $200. But I also recommend you get an alignment at that time, because if anything is out of line in your suspension, camber, or whatever, you're going to wear through those tires needlessly quickly. So always a good investment when they do the mount and balance to do the four-wheel alignment, and then you're good to go. The Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02s, which I have on my car, Steve has on his car. We even have a set of the Continental race tires on Steve's race car. I think they are the best blend of value for dollar and performance. In my experience, I've had them on my car for several years. They're very sticky, they're very quiet, they move water, which again, I don't like hydroplaning. And anybody who's ever driven a sports car, especially a Corvette, you don't like hydroplaning either. So this is a good tire. Prices on those for a set of C5s, about $1,060. C6s, just a little more at $1,100. And then the C7s, again with the Z51 package, the 19 and 20 inch wheels, about $1,280. All the same things apply about the mounting and balancing to those. But these are tires that, especially even if you go to TireRack.com and just read the reviews, look at the stars they give it from customers who've bought it, and the warranty rating on them is both excellent. So those would be the choices on any car. You think about it, well, Lyle, what's the difference? How would I know? When they came out with the Z06 in 2001, the press went crazy because, man, this is a C5 Corvette like no other. It's got a little more horsepower, but the real difference is the handling. This thing was pulling a G in lateral G in corners. That was crazy back then. It was the same suspension, it was the same brakes as a regular C5, nothing different. The only thing they changed was they put really sticky Goodyear F1 supercar tires on it that were not run flat. That was what made the difference. And if you have done nothing but drive your Corvette with run flats for the entire time you've had it, if you go to these non-run flat tires, it will transform the car to the point where you're like, holy goodness, I didn't know it could be this way. So think about that when you're going shopping for tires. You got plenty of places to buy them. Almost any tire shop will install tires for you that you don't buy from them, because let's face it, everybody's buying stuff online and tires is no exception. So that's my thoughts on tires today. If you have any questions or if you have any recommendations for tires you've had good experiences with, put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you soon.